The streets of Vegas.
Streets of Vegas, sitting there kicking it with my man Two-Tone, man. Long overdue at the studio. What's the name of the studio, by the way?
Two-Tone Studios.
Two-Tone Studios. And y'all know this cat, man. This cat, some of everybody done came through here, man. I mean, we can't even start the name. That's like a whole separate interview by itself, man. But definitely want to come holler at this cat, man, for what he been putting down in the Vague, man. Some of everybody done been through here. He's like a real staple of the game, man. So, kicking with my man Two-Tone, man. So Two-Tone, man, give us a little story, man. You know, we go back. I might have to elaborate on that, man, but like just your start in the game, man, and you know where it all came from now, and your position right now, what you're doing now.
Man, you know, it all came about, man. Kind of, you know, it kind of just fell on my lap. I want to say. I mean, I moved out here I'm from LA.
Okay.
I was living in Alabama for a minute. Moved out here from Bama when I graduated from high school.
Okay.
Started working a little job.
And what year was this? Would you say?
This was '97.
Okay, '97. Okay.
I want to say started working a job. You know how you go kick it with the boys after work or something.
Yeah.
And they kept putting on. You know, at the time it was like Nas instrumentals.
Okay.
Eminem had just dropped in the game.
Okay.
And so you know we'd be smoking and freestyling. So I started testing my little freestyle ability and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year or something went by, and I got a little bit better, and then. Hooked up with this cold ass white boy, one of my best friends to this day. His name's Sight.
Okay.
And man, we just started doing music together, man. I said, man, let me go fuck all these instrumentals, man. Let me go get a drum machine.
Okay.
Went and bought a little Zoom 123 little drum machine.
Okay, starting out, just getting it in.
And then I got the bug, man. I started making beats, and and then in my room I set up a little booth and went to Home Depot, got some foam.
Okay. Even back then,
I didn't have any know-how. Wasn't never taught how to do it. I was just kind of going off the fly, you know.
Okay. Now, was you, when you first started, was you more like more on the rap side or the producer side?
It was still the rap side at the time, but I know we got tired of rapping over these damn instrumentals, and we kept rapping over the same instrumentals over and over again.
Okay.
So once I'd always had music know-how because I grew up playing the sax, you know.
Okay.
So in the gospel industry, actually, I used to do little tours and stuff when I was 16, touring around LA doing.
So you had a musical background,
yeah, pop school, all that. So I bought a little 4-track Tascam.
Okay.
And stole my first CD burner from Circuit City.
Okay. Hey, came up how we got.
And that started a whole little studio in the room, man. And then just catchers coming from around the neighborhood. I don't know if y'all know my cat named TLO. He go by T Butler. He a box promoter now, but he got a barbershop. And he had a little group called Diverse, man, and it was my first little taste of, you know, making beats for cats outside, you know, my own little circle, man.
Now, was you making your own tracks too, your own shit too?
By this point, I was making my own track. This was '99. I say I've been actually doing it since '99 is when I first had a studio in my crib and had one ever since then.
Okay.
And then just coming home from work, jumping in the studio.
Jumping around, then
waking up.
Okay, and how did the thing roll with Diverse? It was like your first group you produced?
It was his first group I produced. We was in a real studio, you know. They signed a little deal with this, you know. It was a little hood deal, but it was a real deal. But you know, cats didn't have no experience at that time. They was just happy to have somebody paying for their studio time. Okay. So that's when I really got to rapping and making beats, you know, trying to think outside the box, trying to have that new sound.
Okay.
It went for a while, man.
And how old was you at this point, you think, bro?
I had to be 19, 20.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was still young, hungry, but the game was nowhere near in Vegas like it is now.
Yeah, the game, it was a baby in Vegas.
It was a baby. It was still all it was Doomsday, Stacy G, and La Clica. Like,
okay, and that sums it up. Yeah, that sums it up. I mean, wow, man, back in there. So then, from that point, okay, where did you go from that point?
That was actually when I started. I was actually at Hard Rock one night, and a cat named, and this is actually how we met back then. Swahili was walking around Hard Rock promoting his music.
Damn, that was how it happened. I was trying to wonder.
Yeah, that's how I started Mr. Swahili. And he had his Silver album, Truth Lies Within.
Truth Lies Within. Yeah.
And we got to talking. I was with my bro Sean Mikes, and he said, yeah, man, get with me, man. I told him, I make beats and stuff, and I was excited to actually meet somebody who, had they sit wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, it was a good look. Yeah, it was a good look. Yeah,
he had a record up in Odyssey Records.
Shout out to Odyssey, man. This cat been around, man. He named Odyssey, man.
Yeah, I mean, just to see that. So I started fucking with Swahili. Started doing beats for him and Disciples of the Truth. That was when I really got
that shit was incredible. You did too, man. I mean, one movie was going to the studio on Eastern. You know what I mean? Yeah, and
with Ofa.
Yeah, and the shit was like incredible, man. This cat been cold for a long time, man. Live playing the keyboard and shit, man. So, and that's how that happened with that situation.
He was actually the first cat that I actually got a placement on that was in stores.
Okay,
so I thought I was
the Sin City record, right?
Right.
Yeah. See, we take it back, man. We take it back, dog. Yeah. And did you do some tracks on that album too?
Yeah, I did the one with
I know, I'm tripping.
Boom.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is it I Wanna Fly? Was it the fly?
I can't remember, man.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
You Got to Believe.
You gotta believe. Yeah. I remember the joint. So, definitely, man.
From then, man, it was just it just kept messing with a whole bunch of different cats, man. And
just networking through the town.
But the thing where it really happened for me, because I was still serving food by this time, man. I worked in some different restaurants as a server. But I ended up Lincoln. I had done a song with, I don't know if you ever heard of Moke C.
I remember Moke C. Yeah, I remember Moke C. Yeah,
he's fucking around with Doomsday for a minute back too.
Yeah.
But we had all done a song with him, and he had a bunch of features on it. And my boy Jesse James, still one of my best friends to this day. He was on the song. We ended up being probably 2 or 3 coldest features on that song, so we gravitated toward each other. Like, man, that's a hot verse, whatever.
You and Jesse James.
Right. So I want to say about a couple years later, I'm going to before it's a gay bar now, but Escape Lounge.
Escape.
A little comedy, live venue. And B.D.K was up there. Twix and B.D.K.
When they was doing their thing.
And Jesse James and B.D.K. And I was up there seeing another group, Nevertheless, who was one of my first groups I was producing for. They were up there. I came there to support them. They were doing a little show.
Yeah.
Ran to Jesse James. I'm like, yeah, man, I got the studio in the house now. And by this point, I was living in Seven Hills. I had a little, studio in the house. I was still serving and stuff. But
niggas coming through the house and shit, man.
So he came through. He thought, motherfuckers be tug of war talking, bullshit and shit. But he's like, yeah, I'll come through and fuck with you. And we ended up doing a whole project together. And then I want to say a year or two so later, ended up getting into B.D.K.
Okay, you did?
That just opened up.
That's when they was like a group then though, right?
Yeah,
like kind of like rap, like promoting and like doing their thing. Yeah,
not everybody rap, not everybody do music. I mean,
it was like a team.
And still is.
Damn, you was a part of the early B.D.K, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been B.D.K for probably about 7 years now.
Okay, like a fraternity and shit, huh?
Yeah. But that's what opened a lot of doors, because I was living in Henderson fucking around. I wasn't really too much into the hip hop scene in Northtown.
And that's where everything was at then.
Exactly. So it's like, but once that happened, I was a B.D.K man, and Saju Price had gotten to B.D.K.
Okay. Damn, he was in there too?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's when he was hot. I remember he was one of the hot.
This was 06.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. 06. So, this is 06. So, I'm working at Cheesecake Factory at the time.
Okay.
So I get a phone call. I go check my messages, and it's Sadru. He's like, yeah, man, what's up, man? It's Sadru. Twix told me to holler at you. We both in the B.D.K now.
Yeah, just linking y'all up.
Right. So I call him back. He come to the house, man. We do his first record, and I didn't realize how popular the dude was.
Yeah, like you did the tracks for it and everything?
No, we were doing, it was mixtape tracks.
Okay. But you jumped on the project.
I was still on Acid Pro at the time.
Man, I remember Acid Pro, man. Yeah.
But we did this whole project and 5 projects.
The streets of Vegas.